Alright, let's get into the video. New Horizon Forbidden West details reveals differences between PS4 and the PS5 versions. More questions about Forbidden West emerged with following the game's State of Play event, and thanks to some post interviews and insight with Guerrilla Games, we now know more. About the New Horizon game, one of the areas especially we wanted to know more about was how the game would differ between the PlayStation 5 and the old PlayStation 4 console versions. Given that the game is still planned for both consoles, we don't exactly have a list of every difference between the two versions of the game, but we have to start. The game director for Forbidden West spoke with Game Informer about the game's recently talked about everything from the abilities to the release window and more. Part of the discussion turned to the differences between the PlayStation consoles. The game director said PlayStation playtesting was being done on the PlayStation 4 to ensure people had a great experience. There, in case they hadn't done an upgrade yet, but the PlayStation 5 will of course have an advantage over the older console. A lot of development has been taking place on the PlayStation 4, and a lot of playtesting is also being done on the PlayStation 4. So we are ensuring that owners of the PS4 console have a great experience and that the game will look fantastic on the console. About the PS4 version, for the PS5 version, we can go much further. Of course, visually, we can add a lot more detail graphically. Speaking more specifically about some of the changes between consoles, those on the PlayStation 5 will notice an improved lighting during only the cutscenes, but normal gameplay too. He said that the team used special lighting rigs on Aloy that presents to extend on the PlayStation 4, but only during the cutscenes due to limitations of processing power for the PlayStation 5 version. That lighting rig can be active all the time to improve the game's lighting and Aloy's appearance. He also highlighted the underwater scenes as ones that'll be more appealing on the PlayStation 5. Okay, that sucks. But alright, let's keep going. There's also the DualSense controller, a more obvious advantage the newer console has. Guerrilla Games has talked about its DualSense previously and said again that we've seen things like the adaptive feedback used along with the adaptive triggers resistance when using things like Aloy's bow. For those wondering about the frame rates, a separate interview with Hard Zone cleared up those questions. Gameplay from the State of Play was shown at 4K resolution at 30 FPS, but the only represented the quality mode settings. There will also be a performance option that hits the 60 FPS range, but it wasn't said what resolution the game would run with that enabled. And Horizon Forbidden West does not yet have a release date, but is still supposed to launch sometime in 2021. Okay. So that's it. Let me know what you think, especially people who own the PS5 as well. I personally think it doesn't really matter to me what console it releases on, because PlayStation was focusing more on doing it with cross generation, which makes sense. But I definitely have to say that the minor things that they're doing with the PlayStation 5 version of it is small stuff. It's not really big things. So I hope that they do spend a little bit time later on once they're finished with the PS4 version to tweak up and surprise the PS5 owners with something different and something more unique, but they probably don't have that kind of time. So If you guys enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. And I hope you guys will be playing Ratchet and Clank on its release date later on, I think this week. So that's it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.